Fashion shows serve as events that generate attention, influence, and brand prestige. These shows aren't just to sell the exact clothing you see on the runway, the main goal is to elevate the brand status, attract media coverage, and build cultural influence. For a house, this creates demand for a more accessible product like handbags, cosmetics, sunglasses, and perfumes. These are marketed as extensions of the brand's luxury image but are more affordable and widely available. It gives the wearer the chance to declare their status publicly. Bernard Arnault's strategy uses the hype around runway shows as a form of advertising, making the brand aspirational and fueling demand for these more accessible product lines. Once the brand has established itself, it can license its name to produce a range of branded products. The house can then make money off the brand without relying solely on clothing sales, which may have a limited audience due to price or production. This allows brands to profit from perfume, bags, and sunglasses while maintaining the image. A designer pours their heart into building a brand, crafting its vision and identity. To bring their ideas to life on a larger scale, they may need financial backing. This can mean going public with an IPO or bringing on investors. Once investors step in, they often think, let's partner with big companies that can mass produce high profit items like makeup through Coty, fragrances through L'Oreal, or sunglasses through Luxottica. These products stamped with the brand's name are then made widely available to the masses. Meanwhile, the creative director is under constant pressure to produce fresh ideas or risk being replaced, as was the case with Tom Ford at Gucci, and by 2011, John Galliano at Dior and his own brand was overseeing 32 collections a year. As Galliano said himself, "You're only as good as your last collection. The pressure is enormous." Since sunglasses, fragrances, and bags are what most people can afford from their favorite brands, these licensed products, rather than the collections themselves, become the main breadwinners of the brand. The collection continues to reinforce brand prestige, while the licensed products convert that prestige into revenue, creating a business model that combines artistry with the business. As a result, the perception of exclusivity is diluted, and early adopters or those trendsetters move on to the next cool niche brand that they can gatekeep or claim to have put you onto. When the brand is no longer seen as cool, its desirability fades, especially if the products become too common or overly associated with logos rather than the craftsmanship or innovation. And this is hard for a brand to recover from. Managing this balance is crucial. Brands like Chanel and Hermes strictly limit their licensing, often producing most of their items through vertical integration to control quality and exclusivity. This approach allows them to maintain control of every stage, from design to retail, ensuring that their products meet the standards and stay aligned with the brand's image. Gucci or Louis Vuitton have carefully done this by making certain product lines accessible while keeping other items limited, seasonal, or for VICs. Brands will stop doing licensing and diffusion lines to rebuild that brand image when they sense that the brand is becoming overexposed. Burberry faced this issue in the early 2000s when a signature check pattern on products like baseball caps made the brand too accessible and affected its luxury image. The term obsolescence refers to the process by which something becomes outdated or no longer useful, often due to advancements, changing trends, or simply time, like the relationship you're stuck in. Unlike traditional licensing, where a brand name is slapped on a product with little creative input, collabs like the Uniqlo Marni allow designers to maintain their creative control. These partnerships bring good design to a large audience without fully compromising the brand's vision or exclusivity. This approach bridges the gap between accessibility and artistry, showing how creative control can help brands avoid the pitfalls of overexposure while still expanding their reach. Personally, when I see someone with a bag, especially one with the branding loudly displayed and no real style beyond that statement piece, it gives me the impression that they're seeking external validation and want to be perceived as having status. They might have spent their last dime on that bag, or they're relying on Klarna to afford it. I say that buying perfume from a luxury brand is buying into the brainwashing side of how companies convince people to spend their money for status. The perfumes and bags are pushed because they know they can make a good profit from it. It's a strategic move to appeal to the masses, like Eau de Toilette, which is more alcohol based. That's why I only buy perfume from brands that offer a fragrance without a pret-a-porter. I'm not buying into the dream, I just want to smell really good. These items aren't necessarily about delivering the highest quality, they're about maximizing profitability. Purchasing them means buying into the illusion of luxury. It's keeping up with the Jones, conspicuous consumption. Instead of falling into the trap of conspicuous consumption, buying items for the sake of being seen, Switching to conscious consumption is a much better approach. It's about making intentional choices, prioritizing quality, craftsmanship, and authenticity over flashy logos or mass market appeal. If you want to support a brand, it's best to buy a real piece that isn't as mass produced if possible, or just embody it as a person. This is why I love Alessandro Michele, because he gives you the codes to create at a thrift store level, yet you have to embody the spirit to pull it off. We can tell if you have money and you just throw it on. Buying clothes this way shows an appreciation for the designer rather than seeking validation or participating in trends. It's more thoughtful to me. At the end of the day, I don't like this idea of contributing to a brand's profits when they don't truly care about your aspirations to feel seen or successful or wealthy or whatever. They know that you're buying into the dream that they're selling. This side of democratization can dilute a brand's image, forcing it into a cycle of constant reinvention or even destroying the brand altogether. This explains to me why some luxury houses face going stale and why newer or niche brands often rise to replace them as the next big thing. Luxury to me isn't about keeping up with seasonal trends or owning what everyone else has. It's about craftsmanship and artistry and appreciation. Instead of chasing branded dreams, investing in timeless quality pieces or experiences with loved ones that align with your personal values reflects true luxury. This also protects the integrity of luxury brands, ensuring they remain desirable without relying on strategies that take the soul out of the brand.